The trouble with the kind of mode is Overwatch really works well off of proper team fights where the most amount of people are interacting in the most amount of time. It's almost as if that more characters in a game might make a game like Overwatch better by making more people interact together. The trouble with Payload Race is what it does is it tends to split up the battlefield into different parts because there's objectives in different areas, and that can be really problematic. Reminded that TF2 players only play Payload Race to play deathmatch. That's true. That is 100% true, yeah. In making half of this right here, they could have just balanced 6v6, a mode that has a significant portion of its player base as well, with just this amount of time. There's a dev update, by the way.
Hello, everyone. This has been a big year for Overwatch 2, and Season 18 is going to be one of the biggest so far.
Just make it good.
We've got several of our devs here to talk through some of the cool things headed your way.
Stuff. No,
but
I don't want adding
as we
stuff.
can't cover everything
Payload
in the dev
Race.
update, here's a quick list of stuff coming when the season launches on August 26th. An advanced hero info panel, an updated first-time user experience with all heroes available to new players, an improved progression system with new rewards, and a new collab, and a new support hero, Roadhog changes, a competitive rank soft reset, more perks, and Stadium gets 3 heroes coming with 1 more at mid-season, and a new Payload Race mode featuring 2 new maps, a draft mode for Stadium, Stadium Quick Play with crossplay enabled, and Stadium endorsements. There'll also be the return of Lucio Ball, but this time in 3P.
Stadium.
Amazing new skin themes including Pool Party, Floral Gods, and Neo Streetwear, and some brilliant work from the animation team that includes the new universal emote that can be equipped on every hero, and a skateboard emote for Kriko that lets you roam around the map, and brilliant work on the new Cassidy Mythic Weapon skin. Speaking of mythics, Sojourn has this season's Mythic Hero skin. Alongside the soft rank reset, we are also introducing the brand new Galactic Competitive skin. And across all game modes, we'll now have a new lever forgiveness system where you won't receive any negative hits to your ranking.
How do you stop people abusing
if someone leaves a match early from your team? And
what?
we are introducing new mouse and keyboard functionality for consoles.
Say any.
This
No,
what? The brand new Galactic Competitive skin.
What?
And across all game modes, we'll now have a new lever forgiveness system where you won't receive any negative hits.
What? No. What are you doing, guys? Guys, they will just stream snipe the streamers and leave when the games are going badly. What are you doing? What? That's an awful idea. What the hell?
Your ranking if someone leaves a match early from your team. And we are introducing new mouse and keyboard functionality for consoles. This will improve accessibility.
They're making it so that zimming is legal and good, apparently.
For players that can't use controllers, while also giving more options for how console players compete.
What do you mean can't use the controllers? Controllers are, for the most part, more disability-friendly than keyboards are, aren't they?
But to keep things competitively fair, all console players who use this will be added to the PC pool of players.
Okay, you know what? You can stay. You can stay. Yeah, added to the PC pool. Fair enough, actually, yeah. If people keep leaving your games from your group, they can take that and ban you, but people will just stream snipe them. They won't queue with them, right?
And a new hero status website where you can check hero pick, win, and ban rates for the core modes. Okay, that is a lot, and this is just the introduction. So let's hand it over to some of our amazing developers who will go into more detail on a few of the things I just listed. I need some more water.
Hey everyone, let's talk heroes. First up, our newest support hero is Wuyang. He's a blast to play, and we hope everyone had a great time testing him during last weekend's hero trial. For those who weren't able to jump in,
yeah, that is true. The console pool is just dead. That splits the player base for them. They will have nobody playing the console pool right at high level. That's actually a very, very bad effect of that.
Wuyang brings a unique skill set to the battlefield.
Yeah, they're getting really creative with this. It's so much fun to watch these.
You'll be manipulating water while playing from a distance, refreshing allies and drowning enemies. His primary fire is a controllable water orb. You can either launch it with a quick shot or guide it midair towards your target. It's kind of like a laser-guided missile. Super satisfying to use and unlike anything we've done.
My final thoughts on Wuyang are the primary feels really good. I'm a bit concerned there's nothing else in the kit. And I'm also a bit concerned that the primary will feel really bad to play against once people get good with it and you're getting clarted from across the map. And I don't think there's enough power scaling or skill scaling in the kit that anything else can get really good. So I've got a feeling that they might end up in a bind.
Before. It's the core of his kit and everything else builds around it. Restorative Stream places a ring of water around allies for consistent passive healing while maintaining line of sight. You can also amp up the healing by holding down your secondary fire, but be careful as that drains its own healing resource. What would a water-themed hero be without the ability to harness waves? Rushing Torrent gives Wuyang a movement speed boost and bonus
This
jump
guy's got a
height,
lovely
while
voice.
Guardian Wave summons a current to give a healing boost to allies and knock back enemies. And finally, his ult, Tidal Blast, protects either a teammate or yourself with a shield of water that will detonate after a short duration, knocking down enemies and giving the host a massive heal. Visually, Wuyang
Yeah, it is
stunning.
old icons,
Our team
right.
put a ton of work into the water shader tech to make sure it feels fluid and expressive while still fitting within Overwatch's stylized look. It's one of the most technically ambitious visuals we've done for a hero. In addition to a new hero, we're also
What is the visual? The water shader tech.
making some changes
I'll
to
take their word at it. I know shit.
It's a return to a more classic Roadhog feel, with a few tweaks to keep him balanced, as we're reverting some of the changes from his last rework. The trap is gone, and his scrap gun secondary is back.
Why did they ever change it to begin with? Like, there's never any rationale, and nobody ever complained about it.
To give him more
Fair enough, yeah.
impact at medium range.
But that's what they said to begin with. They said it was to give him more impact at medium range and stop the sweet spotting. That's what they said it was for when they first did it.
Take a breather is moving to your ability 2 button, so you still have that survivability with the updated scrap gun. The trap was
It's
an
gonna
interesting
ruin our
experiment,
Roadhog
but it didn't
rework.
land the way we had hoped. This update brings back the playstyle players love, while still refining it for today's game. And finally, let's talk about perks. We've got a big refresh coming in Season 18. We're adding over 60 new perks this season. Every hero is getting at least one new perk, and we focused on making them more fun, more impactful, and more aligned with each hero's identity.
I kind of wondered now what Spyro meant when he said Wuyang will bring something lacking in the support class. No idea whatsoever. I think Wuyang's brought different flavors of things that the class already had, right? And I do think AoE is something they lacked, but I don't think Wuyang realistically actually has that much AoE in his orb. Like, I think it's really single target focused.
Perks are one of the biggest changes we ever made to Overwatch, and the team has learned quite a lot since they rolled out in Season 15. One of the biggest lessons we learned is that players tend to prefer when perks give you something cool without limiting your gameplay. This season, we're leaning more into perks that feel good to pick with a greater focus on what is fun. Some of our favorites, you can have Torbjorn run faster with his hammer out. It's called Hammer Time, and yes, it's as fun as it sounds. Moira's new reversal perk lets you reverse the direction on her biotic orb by activating it mid-flight. And Wrecking Ball now gets a protective
Spoilers.
bubble when he uses Adaptive Barrier.
Okay.
We want perks to feel exciting, transformative, and worth experimenting with. We can't wait to see how you respond to all of these changes once the season goes live. Now let's throw it over to our system design team for some great updates on what they've been working on.
Yeah, no, I am nervous.
Wuyang
Agreed.
looks incredible. And now with progression 2.0 dropping in Season 18, it's a better time than ever.
Parry mechanic the last 1.5 seconds. They're parrying with fucking golden parry. They're parrying with like 3 seconds of iframes.
To pick up a new hero.
That's right, Brian. I'm so glad you mentioned that. What a succinct and professional segue. It's almost like we wrote that. You heard that right. With Season 18, we're massively upgrading the way you experience hero
No reaction to the cringe, guys. Okay, no reaction.
progression. We know how much players care about their favorite heroes, and we want the game and other players to recognize the effort you put into mastering them. I know what you're thinking, Brian. Please stop freaking out. You won't lose any progress with this update. All your hero levels are carrying over just as they are. No wipe or reset. Furthermore, each hero has an upgraded track of rewards, offering hero-specific cosmetics and even legendary loot boxes.
Good fucking idea,
Let's
man.
get to the real star of
Wow,
this.
that's good.
With
That's real
Progression
good.
2.0, at hero levels 20, 40, and 60, you'll see the frame around your hero portrait upgrade.
Thank fuck, Jesus Christ. It took you this long to re-put in something you had in Overwatch 1, but you made it better during it. That's absolutely fine. Good job. Like,
They'll evolve
that's
into
good.
something shinier and more spectacular. These frames will be visible on the hero
I see the Marvel's DNA. That was one of the good things that Marvel's did, give you a reason to play the individual characters. I don't think Marvel's rewarded it enough.
select and
It seems like they're really rewarding it here.
kill cam screens to start, letting you flex your dedication to your favorite heroes. And yes, that means if you were level 20 on any hero right now, you will have the first new border on day 1.
Fair enough.
And if you're starting
That's
out a
cool.
new hero,
That's
like
a
our
reason to come back in. Look, really good.
buddy Wuyang there, it should take you roughly 20 hours to hit hero level 20.
All right,
Okay,
it's that time of
sure.
the year again.
I hope it's exponential, so it takes more and more time to get up the levels so that people can have like really high rank rewards.
Will have their mid-year soft
Well, then
rank
matter.
reset. But
It is
this
good.
time we will be introducing a new system we call Hero Skill Rating. For the
We
first
read this a second ago. This seems like a great idea.
time ever, we'll be able to see how
So you get individual SR. You aren't ranked on this, so this isn't anything to do with matchmaking.
you rank on
This is just your skill rating for the heroes.
individual heroes in competitive. It's a whole new way to track your growth. Here's how
I don't know how they're going to rank. So let's say I'm better on Reinhardt than I am on Winston, but I played like Reinhardt and Winston in the match. Does that individually change their SR rating between them more for the one that was further away from the average rank, if you get what I mean? Do they get individual skill-based adjustments? Because what they just showed was
It's a
them
whole-
all three getting 39 up there, which is a bit concerning,
whole
personally.
new way to track your growth. And yeah, it might even
I
surprise
hope it's not
you.
performance based.
Here's how it works.
I hope it's the same as a normal rank system, but just doesn't matter, right? But I guess what you can do is just dump your bad heroes on purpose in order to stop your good heroes having problems. Maybe it's going to create incentives for people to swap off a hero that they're good on or they want ranked up when they're losing. Maybe that'll happen, and that will cause problems.
After each rank reset, once you finish your placement, hero placements unlock, and the goal now is to get Hero SR. Just play a hero for at least 3 minutes in 5 different matches. That's it.
So simple.
You'll be actively gaining or losing SR for each hero you play as you try to reach new heights this competitive year. So maybe you're a gold overall, but you're a plat Reinhardt.
I am not.
That's a flex. And that's not just about bragging rights. The system helps you double down
performance base. It's really concerning that they didn't have different SLs for the 3 different heroes personally.
On your best heroes, or figure out where you've got room to grow. It's personal, actionable, and that's a great way for you to level up your
I hope that the rewards are more merit-based than they are grinding-based, right? That's what I hope.
game. Lastly,
I'm concerned that this is going to be a rivals type system instead of individual based competitive. Because if you don't have the individual based competitive system, what happens is the luster of being able to get to the high ranks on certain heroes is lost because it doesn't matter.
Every rank reset, your hero SR will reset. So let's make this year huge.
There are a lot of
It's
questions,
personal, all right. I can't wait to see how bronze I am on all my favorite heroes. Now for the stat nerds in the room. We get very hyped for stats here. We've got an update that we've wanted to tackle for a while. The aim is to give players better tools to analyze and understand the game in more detail. We call it the Advanced Info Panel. If you can't remember whether Soldier 76's gun does 19 or 20 damage...
Perfect. Really good. Like, that's really good. Just to hover over, you don't have to key into it. It doesn't give you the information unless you click on it. That's really nice. Yeah.
per bullet.
I was worried that they were going to make it like an advanced tab that you click into. Hover over is a perfect solution.
This is for you. We're surfacing real-time stats in-game. I'm talking about healing over time, cooldown.
Doesn't show fire rate. I'm sure that'll add little bits of people feedback into it. I'm sure they'll be receptive to it. They've done a lot of work for the system.
Fires, movement bonuses, all the detailed stats you could ask for right there at your fingertips. No more guessing, no more tabbing out to YouTube. Whether you're learning a new hero or trying to squeeze every bit of value out of your main, this is going to make that process way easier.
I just want to say, we're finally hitting Gavin's wish list feature.
Charming.
I know you may love Stadium rank rewards, so this season we're adding 3 new Elite skins, 1 new All-Star skin, and that's just for Stadium. We heard you ask for more rank rewards, so for the first time, Core Competitive...
I can't believe they've wasted their time on 2 damn Stadium maps instead of releasing 2 maps the main game. I'm so mad.
...is getting a skin reward. This year's skin is Freya, decked out in Galactic.
That is a sick skin.
All right.
When's the last time we got a map for the main game?
That's it from us from System Design Team. Let's throw it over to Connor.
And the legendary Larry Pickle himself.
Oh, it was the infinitely connected map that is basically made for 5v5 and awful for 6v6, yeah.
To talk about Stadium.
Thanks, guys. Hey, everyone. We have a lot coming to Stadium in Season 18, more than we even have time to share today.
So to kick things off, we are introducing a new quick play version of Stadium. Quick play is for those looking for a faster, more accessible version of Stadium without having to worry about their rank. Quick play will be best of 5 and have accelerated power progression to compensate for having fewer rounds. Powers will unlock on rounds 1.
It's time to split the player base again. No, you will not have good queues. You will not have good matchmaking and queue times. You will be split into 500 different things. Is Stadium actually popular? It's hard to tell. They haven't released statistics for a little while. Ever since they released the first ones after Stadium release, they haven't released any.
2, 3, and 5,
popular,
and you'll earn more cash from damage and healing, as well as passively.
They'd already invested
Quick play will also finally allow for cross-platform play. Now you and your friends can all join up, regardless of whether you're playing on PC or console. Quick play will also have backfill to help deal with levers, which we expect more of in quick play. A player who backfills into the Stadium match will be able to catch up immediately. You'll be given currency equal to the average of the team you're joining and be given time in the shop to pick powers and buy items. Along with the launch of Quick Play, we're also now requiring players to win 10 Quick Play matches in Stadium before being able to join comp, so new Stadium players aren't jumping straight into competitive.
I won't be able to play comp.
And speaking of competitive, we have an all-new system.
Yeah, why would anyone play the comp version when the supposed fun comes on bullshit all over the place? Yeah, I think this is antithetical to the kind of like point of Stadium in the first place. The backfilling's a real good quality of life for people because levers were really problematic, but also the match quality in Stadium was a major complaint, and this is going to make the match quality worse, right? So people for skins, yeah, I guess, but still, like, it's not great, is it?
Coming to competitive Stadium, we have Hero Draft, which is going to be replacing the normal hero selection. In the Hero Draft, you're going to be taking turns with the enemy team, picking heroes, going back and forth. You'll be able to react to what your opponents are picking and what your teammates are picking. For We're hoping to add a strategic layer.
By the way, this is a chopstick, if anyone, it's a chopstick with a face on it, if anyone's wondering.
And more agency to the hero selection in a game of Stadium. Some of the cool things you'll be able to do in a draft are you'll be able to swap positions with your teammates. So you'll be able to strategize and decide if you want to pick later or earlier in the draft.
Yeah, in making half of this right here, they could have just balanced 6v6 for the entire time. A mode that has a significant portion of its player base as well, with just this amount of time.
We're also going to have no mirror
What's the lighting
matchups
so
for
weird?
the first time in Overwatch. This is going
I'm
to
not used to Overwatch at epic settings. I don't know what it looks like. I just play on, I want the FPS setting.
be in competitive Stadium only, so you can still play mirrors in quick play. But it really adds a lot of strategy to the hero picking.
Allows the tank to pick last. Yeah. Advantage the person picking second. Yeah.
And that's not all.
No mirror is big. Yeah, no mirror is big. But I think no mirror is one of those things that is only necessary because we're in the worst timeline where we only have one tank, right? Oh man, imagine admitting that you've made the game so much more likely to have a mirror matchup that is bad to play, and that you have to actually ban it. Wow.
All we have coming to Stadium.
One of the biggest additions this season is a new game mode, Payload Race. It's a double payload escort mode where each team will be pushing their own payload. Whoever gets theirs furthest or docks it first at the finish line wins.
So the trouble with the kind of modes on the TF2 like spread out kind of mode is Overwatch really works well off of concerted team fights, right? Like proper team fights where the most amount of people are interacting in the most amount of time. It's almost as if that more characters in a game might make a game like Overwatch better by making more people interact together. The trouble with Payload Race is what it does is it tends to split up the battlefield into different parts because there's objectives in different areas, right? And that can be really problematic, right? So basically what you've done is by having one person push the payload, you've made it so there's a 4-person fight. And 4-person fights are less interesting than 5-person fights, in my opinion.
On the way, there are checkpoints, an intense final stretch when you get close to the end, and UI that tracks each team's progress so you can easily understand what's going on. This is the first
reminder that TF2 players only play Payload Race to play Deathmatch. That's true. That is 100% true. Yeah, Zach, you're right.
time we've had 2 objectives active at once, so teams have to balance between pushing your own payload or stopping the enemies. It's a bit more complex than our other game modes, but there's a ton of strategy and depth we hope you'll discover. And
it depends on how much the cart paths intersect. Yeah, it's very much map based, but I think the concept of it tends towards then going away in multiple places and therefore causing bad effects, right?
Joy. Payload Race is launching with 2 new maps, the Thames District and the Powder Keg Mine, which are set close to Kings Row and Route 66, respectively.
This season, we're releasing 3 new heroes into Stadium: Winston, Brigitte, and Pharah. Winston's kit is all about electric synergies. One of his powers, Tesla Field, causes his barrier to deal electric damage to enemies standing inside of it. Another one of his powers grants him a personal mini barrier, which would also deal damage for double the shock value. And of course, we've got a perk favorite.
As always, my problem with Stadium is that in order to make the kits more interesting or to change the kits up, what they've done is focus on a specific part of the kit. Therefore, that part becomes incredibly strong and the rest of the kit falls away. Basically meaning that the interplay between the different abilities in your kit becomes less interesting the further you get into Stadium. Because the point of the hero kits is that all of the things should work together in order to make a complete, like, whole. So basically what you've done is you abandoned half of it and made one part of it, like, interesting in and of itself. I think that's just bad in general. I don't enjoy that as a kind of like thing. I don't enjoy not doing weapon damage and then my primary fire doing nothing. That's kind of like, why am I even in this mode kind of thing.
Chain Lightning, which allows your secondary fire to chain to multiple enemies. It's all about dealing out tons of that electric damage and getting benefits for doing so. We're really leaning into that electric fantasy.
For Brig, she's got a Berserker-style build centered around Whirlwhip, a power that gives her a 360 flail attack like a helicopter. This build wants to be brawling in the middle of combat, hitting as many enemies as possible with large 360 swings. There's also a repair pack build.
But you see there, they've had an entire new ability in order to make a different focus for the character, right?
For easy, consistent healing that will help make Brig more accessible to newer players. My favorite though is the whip shot build. It gives you a much longer whip shot that can light enemies on fire. It really helps Brig in matchups that she typically struggles with, like flyers that she doesn't have the range to hit typically, like Pharah.
Speaking of Pharah, her flashiest build is probably a tanky rocket barrage build. In this build, you'll have access to more frequent rocket barrages that last longer and allow you to move while you're using them. You'll be floating across the sky slowly like a battle cruiser, raining down missiles on your opponents. There's a large amount of flexibility in the weapon build
I don't really care about Stadium.
The weapon builds are built all around landing direct
We'll
hit
read through in a
and
second
chaos
for the rest.
You'll even have the ability to turn your primary fire into a
I'm glad they
that
got
fires
this for the
3
more casual players that enjoy this, but I'm not going to be one of them.
rockets in quick succession. And for the OG Pharah fans, you'll be
You know
able
how you tell new Brig players to not actually frontline? They're allowing you to play like garbage in Stadium. Yeah, okay.
get a lot more fuel, especially if you land direct hits. And then you'll be able to stay in the air for much longer.
Speaking of flying heroes, we're adding a couple new cheap general item options in Season 18, that will help players deal with flyers and long-range burst, especially earlier in the match.
We're also buffing some of the weaker general items that haven't been too popular. Our goal here is to make the armory feel like a toolbox, where you have the agency to deal with whatever enemy heroes the game throws at you. This will be an ongoing process, and we have additional plans in the future to allow you to adapt even more within the armory.
Okay, sure.
We've also got some power and item reworks for Ana, Cassidy, and Mercy to help increase their build variety, as well as a host of other balance changes. Besides that, we've got a new Oasis control map, and we are adding a new melee range indicator when playing in 3P to make it easier for you to know when your quick melees will land.
And of course, Tracers coming to Stadium in the mid-season update. We'll have more to share on her very soon. Thank you for joining us for the Season 18 Dev Update. We'll see you in Stadium.
No, you won't. No, you fucking won't. They're gonna make so much money, man. Everyone's gonna buy this fucking skateboard. They're gonna make so much money. Oh my god.